What's going on, Jerome's? Happy Monday, happy 4th of July weekend. And so my daughter bought me this hoodie. She thinks it's hilarious. She loves ramen, and it's very lucky for me over the weekend. We'll talk about that later. But Minnesota Fighting Vikings, in my opinion, have one of the most passionate fan bases in the league. They're hard scrabble, gallows humor. They've been through a lot, and they're extremely deserving to finally add some silverware to the trophy case, and we will once we hoist at Jerome Barty's 12 times in the next 10 years. It's gonna be good times, man. But sometimes being a Vikings fan is like this. Yeah, we know. But the 33rd team, so AI is taking over. Robot, all that stuff, and AI. Artificial intelligence, ChatGTP, it's all taken over, man. But they had ChatGTP, so AI, do up a list of the most passionate fan bases in the league, 1 through 32, and the Vikings checked in at 11. Now, obviously, for me, that's low, but there's some errors on this list. So let's go through. Steelers, I respect the Steelers, Permanente brothers, all that stuff. Are they one? Like, if you think about ravenous, passionate fan bases, are the Steelers really one? Nah. Packers two? No. Drop them. Drop them like Packers fans are going to drop the Packers after 3 decades of alleged Hall of Fame quarterback success. Yeah, you just wait. Those numbers are gonna go. Chiefs Kingdom at 3, sure. Bills at 4. I'll put the Bills at 1. I'll put the Bills at 1. Seahawks. I mean, Seahawks were the OG bandwagon team. Like, even before the Warriors, even before the Chiefs, even before the Panthers for a hot second. But, yeah, I mean, the Legion of Boom, Russell Wilson, that was huge overlap. But, yeah, Seahawks fans, I mean, they're passionate because they own an entire region of the country where in the entire Pacific Northwest is basically Seahawks territory. Eagles, whatever. Saints fans, you know, before Sean Payton got to New Orleans, like, how passionate were Saints fans really? Really. They didn't even support Peyton's dad, all that stuff. But so I would drop the Saints, obviously. Ravens fans, I mean, Ravens fans are good, but would you call them passionate? I don't know. Browns fans, dog pound, all that stuff, yes. Bears fans, Bears. I feel like Bears fans are extremely fickle and very fair weather. Like, when the Bears were good in the 80s, obviously everyone was in. And, like, even when they went to the Super Bowl with sexy Rexy Grossman at quarterback and Lovie Smith was their head coach, I mean, I feel like the Bears fans were sort of still whatever. And then you got the Vikings at 11. It's too low. I put the Vikings above the Bears, obviously. I will put them above the Saints. I will put them above the Ravens. I will put them above even Seattle. Yeah, I will put them above the Steelers too. And, being a Vikings fan, it's really interesting because I feel like, there's the obvious, like, national brands of fan bases. The Cowboys, whatever, Packers, whatever, Steelers, whatever, Patriots to a degree, whatever. But I feel like Vikings fans are spread out a lot more than you think. And every time, like, I'm not in Minnesota and I see a Vikings hat or Vikings jersey, I always say something. It's like, aha, what's up? Where were you? 98 Vikings, all that stuff. Or which Hail Mary do you identify with? All that stuff. Broncos fans at 12. I don't know, man. Like, even when they were winning Super Bowls, like, how passionate were they, Oh, by the way, like, the Broncos were 0-3 in Super Bowls before Elway ripped off 2 straight. People forget about that. They had a tough run. But also, I mean, Tebow time, I feel like that was peak Broncos fans, even outside of the Super Bowls. Patriots at 13. I feel like we've seen the tide recede quite a bit with the Patriots ever since Brady left. So I think a lot of it was fair weatherness. Raiders at 14. I would bump the Raiders up significantly. I mean, the Raiders should have never left Oakland. I mean, that is an extremely passionate fan base up there. Cowboys at 15. I love it because Cowboys fans get this reputation for being hardcore, and sure, yes, but I mean, it's really corporate now. I mean, Jerry World, you don't have a home field advantage. Fans in the stadium are just too busy eating prawn sandwiches and all that stuff. So I would actually drop the Niners. Drop the Cowboys. I would raise the Niners up. I mean, Niners fans get after it. I mean, I think it's that Northern California Bay Area mentality where whether it's the Raiders or the Niners, and yeah, I mean, the Niners in the 80s got the reputation for being the posh team. But no. I mean, that fan base is blue collar and they get after it. Lions at 17. I would lower that. I would pump up the Colts. Colts fans been through a lot, man. Giants fans. I feel like Giants fans are very fair weather. Like, obviously there's the hardcore, but they're a team that if they're up, they're up. If they're down, they're down. I feel like that's very fair weather with that fan base. Bengals fans, I would increase. I mean, Bengals fans, I mean, a lot of fun. Tennessee Titans, I would drop. I feel like most of the South is kind of whatever about professional football because it's college football country, man. Cardinals, yeah. Now we're getting dicey because now we're getting you notice that most of the fan bases on the bottom of the passion list are in warm weather cities because there's stuff to do. I mean, I feel like 21 through 32, like what's the only cold weather team? Washington, I guess, but yeah, go to DC in the winter, or excuse me, DC in the middle of the summer and tell me what that's like. Jets fans, but I mean, Jets fans, we'll get to that, should not be in the bottom at all. But I think that there is a correlation between quality of weather and apathy towards your NFL team. I think it's directly correlated. Rams, I'll put Rams fans at the bottom. I'll put Rams and Chargers fans at the bottom. Well, specifically LA Chargers fans. San Diego Chargers fans, I would ramp up there. Dolphins fans, yeah. I guess people have to be towards the bottom. Dolphins, Panthers fans. I mean, Panthers fans, when they're good, extremely passionate. Falcons fans, I would drop Falcons fans. Yeah. I mean, Atlanta's a tough sports city because it's one of those towns where no one's really from there. And everyone moves with their own allegiances. Like, it's basically southern LA, Los Angeles, or Dallas to a degree, where there's not a lot of people from there, but everyone flocks to there. The commies, I would bump up Washington pretty significantly because, I mean, it's not their fault that Daniel Snyder was a atrocious owner, but, I mean, they're extremely passionate. Texans, Jets, I would bump the Jets up. I mean, that's ridiculous at how they're 30. Duval at 31, I'll bump them up slightly, but I don't know. I guess my bottom five would be Rams, Falcons, probably Buccaneers, yeah, Chargers, and I'll put the Giants in the bottom five. Yeah, it's kind of rough, but yeah. Again, recapping, I would probably definitely put in the Vikings top five. Well, here's my top five, no particular order. Vikings. I would put the Eagles fans. I mean, we have history, but respect the game. Chiefs, Bills Mafia, obviously. So that's 4. I would probably put Raiders 5. Yeah, but either way, I mean, this is why we don't have to worry about Skynet anytime soon, even though AI is taking over everything. I mean, this is just completely jumbled up, and there's some significant and egregious too highs and some egregious too lows, but whatever. Again, I'll put Vikings top 5 and go from there. But your thoughts are thoughts. ChatGTP ranked the NFL fan bases based on passionateness. Not a word. Let us know your thoughts on our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo, as well as check out the store, purpleftw.net. But until next time, Skull Production Value.